Materia Medica 360 degrees. Welcome back everyone. Remedy for today is Ruta Graveolens. So you can see this is the plant, this is the flower of Ruta Graveolens, and often we think of Ruta only in cases of injuries, but remember it is a polycrest remedy and it belongs to the family Rutaceae, which is actually a citrus group of family. Now, the action of Ruta comes under all these categories. It works on fibrous tissues excellently, excellent remedy for eyes, very wonderful action on wrist joint as well as ankle joint. In general, all the cartilages of our body and also skin. Now, there are certain modalities which matches that of Rhus Tox, which you can remember, but there are certain differences as well. Ruta is worse by any kind of exertion. So whenever there is overexertion of the body, you can come across Ruta as a remedy. Sprain, again through exertion. Worse from cold wind. Worse during the damp weather or because of damp environment, or the part becoming wet for long duration. Lying down and even sitting. So these are the modalities of aggravation. Modalities which give relief to the patient is lying on back, motion, and also warmth. So there is a lot of similarity between Rhus Tox and Ruta when it comes to modalities. Now, what is the sensation? What is the feeling that the patient will express in their symptom? Usually it is that of soreness or aching. Along with that, there is restlessness. So the patient will be restless even though the part is sore and aching. Also, another sensation is that of heaviness. The part is feeling heavy. Patient can also express paralytic sensation. The part is numb along with restlessness. Now, one important basic symptom or PQRS of this remedy is that all the parts or whichever part is laid upon or on which he lies feels painful. Often patients with back issues, lumbar disc issues come across with this symptom. Rheumatic pain in the back, which is worse on rising, all the modalities that you can think of where you are often limiting your thinking on Rhus Tox, also consider Ruta. Now there is one delusion also that we can find in Ruta. The patient has a strong guilt. If you go into the detail of the case, they will say that I have done something wrong. Some wrong work that I've done wrong to someone, and the person will have a guilt about that. This delusion is also seen in arsenic and ferrum group of remedies. The patient of Ruta also has anxiety, just like arsenic, especially of any kind of cancer or malignant disease. Now, often Ruta is also called as vegetable arsenic. Another delusion that we see in Ruta is the patient will feel as if he has been fooled मुझे बेवकूफ़ बनाया गया है, or I have been deceived, or I have been cheated. Now, being cheated, this delusion is also found in the remedy Drosera. Now, since Ruta and arsenic appears so similar in this delusion, let's see what are the differences. Ruta has actually aversion to company. So patient will desire to be alone or solitude. Whereas arsenic person, they need company. Even though they will not trust that person, but they will need the company. Ruta generally have maximum symptoms worse during the evening, whereas arsenic, we know it is the night time or midnight time. Another sensation that at physical level the person will tell us that as if the part is encircled tightly. So the arm or the wrist or that part is encircled tightly. Here, in cases of sciatica, you can also think of Ruta, especially when it is worse on lying down and the patient has a lot of exhaustion. And in cases of backache, remember the modality: relaxation or relief when lying on back. Now, Ruta is one remedy which is seen to act in cases of cancers, especially cancer of rectum or anal region. So in higher potencies or in 1 m potencies or 50 millisiemens potencies, you can think of Ruta. Another PQRS to remember for Ruta is the person has violent thirst for icy cold water. बर्फ वाला पानी पीने का मन करता है. One more modality I would like to add on backache, that the person will be finding relief by passing flatus. Now, patients with gastric symptoms finding relief by drinking milk are also indicating for Ruta. Eye symptoms worse on reading, fine fonts or too much of reading, Ruta is an excellent remedy. These people, the patients often have constant urging for urine. In fact, this is also a symptom indicated in cancer of rectum or prolapse of rectum, where you can think of Ruta, or any kind of carcinoma of lower bowel, think of this. In wrist stiffness, this is one of the top remedy. We also know that lipomas of wrist, Ruta is one of the most important remedy we think of. Here I would like to compare Ruta with Bellis spur, Rhus Tox and Arnica. Very closely they resemble, but Bellis spur is usually a remedy that we think of in deeper tissues of our body, especially the abdominal thick band of tissues. In Rhus Tox, there is more stiffness as compared to other remedies, and Arnica, there is more soreness as compared to other remedies. In Ruta, it is the combination of soreness and restlessness. So patient, whenever they lie down, they will have the soreness, but they will keep moving. I hope you like the video. I'm coming up with more such key remedies, keynotes, basic indications that we should always remember. Thank you very much. Do subscribe the channel and write and comment how are you finding these videos.